Hello, welcome back. Thriving Teen Tuesday, super excited. I'm wearing my You Are Not Alone shirt courtesy of BR Haven. And so basically today, the main gist of what I wanted to talk to you about is dating. What is dating? What am I getting myself into? Dating in a relationship, dating outside of a relationship. That's what we're getting into the nitty gritty of. So if you are interested in finding out more, please subscribe, make sure you follow and listen out for more things coming out. Very exciting. So what is the difference between dating before a relationship and dating during a relationship? So dating, let's define dating first. So dating is two people are getting together to get to know one another on a deeper level. So trying to figure out, what do I like about this person? What do I not like about this person? Does this person fit into my life? Is this something that I want to pursue more? So before you get into a relationship, you're asking the questions, to see if they are in alignment with what you want. Okay. So what are their dreams and ambitions? What do they like? What do they not like? What is their personality traits? How do they treat you? How do they treat the people around you? Because a lot of times some people will show you who they are, not directly, but you will see it through how they treat other people. So pay attention to how they are treating other people. It is very important. Are they a gentleman? Is the person a lady? Like, how do they carry themselves? How do they present themselves? So if it's on the flip side, if it's you that is going on a date, make sure that you are presenting your best self. Not your fake self, but your best self. Staying true to who you are and making sure that you're open to learning about this person and open to understanding a little bit more and also sharing. A lot of times, we put on our blinders or our wall and we don't want to share anything. But really and truly, how can the person get to know you without you allowing them to ask you questions and you answering them truthfully? Because if they're able to cross you off their list right away or relatively quickly, it saves both of you a lot of waste of time. Because what you don't want to do is have somebody pursue you when they're not really interested in you because you haven't shown them who you are. And yes, you can't get to know somebody in one date. Very true. But there's vibes, there's aura, there's whatever, this gut instinct that lets you know whether this person is worth pursuing or if I want to have a second date or a third date or whatever. So you should be asking yourself these questions while you're asking them questions as well. So when you're in a relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, you just want to make sure that you're consistently learning about them. So it's not like, oh, we're in a relationship now, so I'm good. I know everything that I need to know about you. I've been married for 12 years. And I'm telling you now, there is still days when I'm just like, really? So you never really and truly know somebody, even yourself. I sometimes think, oh, I really like this. And then I'll try and I'm like, nah, it's like, I don't like it at all. So even ourselves, we're learning, we're evolving on our own. So imagine somebody else coming into, they're also learning and evolving. So it's very important that you remain open to learning about the person, consistently seeking ways to learn about them and things like that. So dating as a teenager, depending on what age range you're in, can be very difficult. Number one, do your parents agree? Number two, where y'all going? Number three, do you have money? Because you're dating somebody on your parents' money, for real. It's tough because some parents, I don't know if they're gonna give you all the money for you to go and wine and dine somebody. I'm just saying. What was the fourth one? The balancing of school and all of that other stuff can be also challenging. So as a teenager, the first thing, if you're interested in dating, 100% what I would like you to do is to evaluate yourself. Am I ready to really start dating? What does dating mean to me? What am I looking for on the date? How is this first date supposed to be? What is it that I want from it, and what do I expect the other person to want from me? Do I actually have enough to give out? Have I worked on myself enough to know that I am ready to pour out into somebody else, because you can't pour anything if the cup is empty. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to pour into yourself and then be able to pour into somebody else. So that part is very, very, very important. Okay. The next thing is, I would definitely recommend that you speak to your parents, if possible, or your guardian, if possible. You know what? Right now, I want to explore and see what's out there and get to know people. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be anything serious. You can be getting to know people on a friendship level as well. That can develop into something else. In fact, being friends with somebody and it developing 9 times out of 10 is a whole lot more better than a complete stranger. So speak to them and find out, what is their take on this? Are they in agreement? Are they in any reservations? Because a lot of times you need their buy-in, okay? So you don't want to just blindside them and then, whoop, here we are, I'm dating. And safety-wise, for your parents, your older sister, your whomever, or older brother knowing is very important, because imagine you went on a first date and something happened to you. They don't even know to look for you, okay? They don't even know what happened. Like, who are you going to talk to? You're going to talk to your best friend? Oh, okay. What is your best friend going to do for you? They may be able to advise you or whatever, but does the best friend have a ride? Like, can they come and get you if the date is going south? No. So make sure that there's a responsible adult that knows where you are, who you're going with, and all of that. It's very important. These days, people be kidnapping people. Okay, it's not kidnapping. It's not only for kids anymore. It's adults. They get kidnapped or adult napped, whatever the term is. But the point is, be safe out there. Be safe. I can't stress it enough. Please, please be safe. Don't be sneaking around and doing things and thinking that this is cool. I'm doing whatever I want to do, and get yourself in a whole world of trouble. Because I promise you, it will not be worth it. It really and truly will not be worth it. So make sure somebody knows your whereabouts, even if you don't tell your parents, although I recommend that you do tell your parents. But even if you don't tell your parents, please tell a responsible party, a responsible adult, preferably a responsible adult who has a vehicle. So should anything come, you can text a code word and 2 seconds they roll up and they can come and save you, okay? Make sure this is important. And then also be aware of red flags. So when you're dating somebody, there can be red flags. We will go into a whole thing of red flags later, but just in aspect to dating. Red flag number 1, how they treat the other person. Number 2, their expectations of you. Are they setting realistic expectations of you? Are you vibing with them? What is the aura when you guys are together? Is it good and fun, or is it like, this person is just not serious, point period? And don't think, oh, he's so cute, or oh, she's gorgeous, and then you overlook the flags. Do not overlook the flags, because the little stuff that you think is not a big deal now are the stuff that become a mountain later. So look at it. Even if you don't cross them off your list because of the little stuff, evaluate the little stuff. Is this something that I can tolerate long term? Is this something that we can work on together? Is this something that they can work on their own? You do not want to ignore red flags. Red flags are there for a reason. It's waving at you and it's telling you stop, evaluate before you proceed, okay? You've gone on your date and everything went well, and it's like, okay, well, where do we go from here? Okay, schedule a second date. Or let's just continue talking because it didn't go so well. How do you end things with somebody who, you went on the date, it wasn't going too well, you weren't really feeling it? Please be respectful. People have feelings, okay? And not only that, people are crazy these days, because you might react bad to somebody, and for all you know, you met a crazy person, and they might hurt you for no reason. So make sure that if you are not interested in the person, that you communicate that in a respectable manner. So you're not going to be talking down to them or calling them names or telling them whatever. You just rightfully like, you know what? This is not going to work. I'm so sorry for wasting your time. I wish you all the best. Have a good night or a good day, whatever. And you move on. As a teen, places that you can date, public places. Don't be doing anything in secret. Obviously, there's a good old-fashioned movie theater, there's dinners, there's walks, and all of those things. Whatever it is that you guys decide to do, number 1, be mindful of the budget. especially if you're not working, okay? Your allowance, that's not what it's for. Be smart about your money. There are so many creative ways for you to date someone without forking out a ton of money, okay? And sometimes McDonald's date there ain't nothing wrong with that if you ain't got no money and you live within your means. So don't think, oh, this person is so fine, so I have to go to a 5-star, blah, 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 or I need to be decked out in my dress. And it is not necessary. The goal of the events, of the dates, is for you to get to know the other person, not what am I wearing and where are we going. Who is the person that I'm talking to? Who is the person that I'm spending time with? Because what you don't want to do is spend all your time date, wasting your time. You got school to worry about. You have life to worry about. Don't be wasting your time on unnecessary things, okay? And if you can't date, or you're not dating, or if you're not ready, it's okay. You do not have to be ready to date right now, okay? There is no rule anywhere that says that you have to be married by a certain time or you have to date by a certain time. That's all stuff that people make up for themselves. So don't rush yourself. It is so much better to be single for 30 years, okay? And then find somebody who makes you happy than to be in 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 broken relationships before you get to 30. And then your heart is completely shattered, and then when Mr. Right or Mrs. Right comes around, you just have nothing left to give them because all your pieces are broken. And then now this relationship starting on a harder battle, because now you got all this luggage, you gotta carry all these pieces into the new relationship, and then you guys gotta try and figure out your personalities and work your baggage at the same time. It is not necessary. It is not. Don't set yourself up to think, oh, I'm gonna date around and I'm gonna do that. It's all fun and games until your feelings get hurt. It's all fun and games until maybe you dated 3, 4 people and it was no big deal to you because you're like, oh, whatever. What if you go ahead and you date the 6th person, and this time you actually like the person, and the person now knows that you're a serial dater, and they're like, oh, okay, not interested, and then you get your heart broken, and maybe that was the one, but then you've messed up your chances because you have a bad reputation. Please be mindful. And also, y'all, don't be kissing and telling. Go and telling all your little friends, oh, I dated this girl and then we did da-da-da-da. Don't do that. That is tacky. Keep your business to yourself, okay? Unless you need help, don't be going around kissing and telling. That's not cute, okay? It's not cute at all. It's not cute. Just saying. So the long and short of it is, dating is not a rush. Dating is not mandatory. You can date, you can't date. It all depends on you. Speak to a responsible party to make sure that you are dating in a safe manner. I will repeat that again. Speak to a responsible party to make sure you are dating in a responsible manner. It is crazy out here in these streets, and I'm telling you, you do not want to get caught up in unnecessary nonsense, okay? Be kind to the person that you are dating, even if they're not your person. Even if they are not your person, please be kind. Everybody has feelings. Everybody has an image. What you don't want to do is put somebody down to the point where they can't move on, and you move on all happy and they still struggling on something that you said or you did it to them. Don't do that to people, okay? It's very important that as you are thriving, you are helping somebody else thrive as well. Everybody don't have to be in your circle. I preach that, okay? However, you don't want to be crushing people outside of the circle. So please date safely. It is very important to me. It should be important to you. Please date safely. And if you can't date or you're not allowed to date, it's all right. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. But it was lovely talking to you guys, and I'm super excited. Next week, we're gonna be talking about my type, not my type, your type. So picking a trait in partners, and it's actually quite hilarious because some of the traits that I heard, woo! So stay tuned. If you are interested in knowing more, please make sure you follow, like, subscribe. Thriving Teen Tuesday, I'm TTTing, okay? So we're meeting every Tuesday, bringing you some knowledge and wisdom and testimonies and just tips on making things better. Because some of the ways that we struggle to get through, we don't want you to struggle that way. So stay blessed, and I'll see you next Tuesday.